Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Citi Prime News. This news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. My name is Zoe Abube-Duado. Coming up, schools of hygiene students demand payment of 2 years allowances, arrears, and threaten to demonstrate if concerns are not addressed.
The urge to resort to a massive demonstration at the presidency is getting to its peak by the days. We haven't received a penny for 2 years now, and some have even completed without a cedi as trainee allowances.
Also coming up, police arrest 4 for tampering with ECG meters, causing 77,000 cedis loss.
We got them arraigned this morning here because we are ready to go to court with them. This must stop.
Still to come, NPP parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North petitions President Akufo-Addo to remove chairman of the University of Cape Coast Governing Council following recent controversy in the reappointment of the vice-chancellor for the university. And later, residents in Dambai call for frequent maintenance on ferry after getting stranded for days due to its faulty nature. This bulletin is also live across our partner stations. In the Western region, we're on Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade Bono region, Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyane, Ashanti region, Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi, and Orange 107.9 FM. In the Volta region, Revival 99.3 FM in Tadjevu. In the Northern region, Radio Bembela 91.9 FM, Upper East, Tanga 93.7 FM in Bolga. And in the Upper West region, we're on Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Drapa 96.1 FM. Across the globe, we are live on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for your time this afternoon. Now, the Coalition of Students of the Schools of Hygiene wants government to pay 2 years trainee allowance arrears owed since January 2023, including a full year for the 2021 whole School of Hygiene certificate batch. The students who raised concerns about potential long-term unemployment post-training say engagement with the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources have been futile due to a lack of financial clearance from the Ministry of Finance. According to the Coalition's General Secretary Emmanuel Euku, his colleagues are facing challenges and called for postings for batches yet to be posted. Members of the coalition are, however, threatening to embark on a demonstration if their demands are not met.
Tempers are rising among School of Hygiene trainees across country, and the urge to resort to a massive demonstration at the presidency and the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources is getting to its peak by the days. School of Hygiene trainees are also health trainees, and we remain constitutionally eligible to receive our trainee allowances. But it is seeming stakeholders are just using technicalities to push our people off the scheme of trainee allowance. We haven't received a penny for 2 years now, and some have even completed without a cedi as trainee allowances. Fear and panic is also being spread among trainees due to the fear of unemployment for up to 4 years after training. As at now, we have the badges of 2021, 2022, 2023, and the 2024 batch who completed just a month ago, all at home. And we aim as a country to solve the numerous sanitation challenges in our country. Yet, the number of these badges combined is not even up to 3,000. We are crying for the payment of 2 year allowances and that of our whole 2021 certificate batch, which has been in arrears since, together with postings for the 4 badges at home.
That was the General Secretary of the Coalition of Students of the Schools of Hygiene, Emmanuel Ewuku. Now to the Coalition of Nation Builders Corps, NAPCO, which is set to protest at the forecourt of the Jubilee House on August 20 over unpaid allowances spanning over 3 years. This follows an assurance by Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to pay their 9 months arrears during a town hall meeting in the Oti region on June 2, 2024. A promise that remains unfulfilled. Speaking to Citi News, the spokesperson of the NAPCO trainees, Nana Techi, called on the government to address their concerns to prevent further protests.
Government owes us 9 month arrears, and the arrears that I'm talking about have their roots in 2021. We are in 2024. Very soon we will get to 2025. We are demanding for the arrears to be paid. As simple as ABCD. We are not asking government to give us free money. No, we are asking government, and so we want the government to settle the arrears that have engulfed the NAPCO scheme. As he promised, as the Vice President recently promised, that he will collaborate with the Finance Ministry to settle the arrears which have not been done. So all what we are doing, we want to prompt the government that the silence that they have exercised with respect to NAPCO issues is a threat to the national security, and so it is time for them to wake up and settle the arrears that have overwhelmed the scheme.
Nana Techi speaks for the Coalition of Nation Builders Corps trainees. Now, 3 Ghanaians and a Chinese national are in police custody for installing and tampering with Electricity Company of Ghana meters. The agent, Wisdom Salom, took possession of the meters for installation, but they were allegedly tampered with by his co-worker, Ernest Afachu, for a sum of 1,200 cedis to a Chinese plastic producing company. The manager of the Chinese company, Rulian Shan, and his sales manager, Ali Yakubu, were arrested last Friday. Ernest and Wisdom have been invited and are currently under investigation. ECG estimates losses incurred due to the tampering of the meter to about 77,000 cedis for the month of July to August. The director in charge of investigation, prosecution and security at ECG, Paul Abariga, says the 4 will be arraigned by Wednesday and the contract of the ECG contractor will likely be terminated.
The use of a residential meter for the manufacturing of items such as this also bring a lot of pressure on our transformers. It affects our supply system because then we will not be able to tell exactly who are on these transformers if you have people using residential meters for commercial purposes. And so we got them arraigned this morning here because we are ready to go to court with them. This must stop. It is a signal to the entire Ghanaian populace in our operational areas that these are not the things to do. And this is not the way to do. We have lost so far within the period that they installed this residential meter from the 23rd of July to Friday last week that we reported this matter on the 2nd. About 77,000 Ghana cedis, 77,878,000. This is a big loss.
That was the director in charge of investigation, prosecution and security at the Electricity Company of Ghana, Paul Abariga. A former ambassador to the United States of America under the John Evans Atta Mills government, Daniel Ohene Ejekum, has described the Ejapadia document as a clear manifestation of state capture. The document, which alleges a scheme by some individuals within the New Patriotic Party to annex state assets on themselves, has been vehemently rubbished by President Akufo-Addo and the Ochehene, Osajefo Amoitia Oforipeni. Despite these denials, some political actors, including former President John Dramani Mahama, still hold the view that the content in the document is already playing out. Speaking at a news conference in Kumasi, Ohene Ejekum said the document is authentic, decrying its ability to place the nation's wealth in the hands of a select few.
This document is authentic and it represents a very diabolical scheme by a small group of individuals from Chibi. Let me explain. My understanding, when people talk about the Achim Mafia, I think that expression is wrong. It is not an Achim Mafia. To be more accurate, I would argue that it is Chibi Mafia.
You had a former ambassador to the United States of America under the John Evans Atta Mills government, Daniel Ohene Ejekum. The General Agricultural Workers Union has praised the proposal by the National Democratic Congress flag bearer John Dramani Mahama to establish agricultural service centers across the country. This follows a policy proposal made by Mahama to set up agricultural service centers nationwide, providing farmers with the necessary equipment and skills to enhance the agricultural sector. In an interview with Citi News, the General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Kariwe, explained that although previous agricultural interventions, such as a Planting for Food and Jobs initiative, have been unsuccessful, he believes the proposal to establish service centers across the country is commendable.
With the Operation Feed Yourself policy that we want to introduce, it will not be exactly like the one that we knew in the 1970s, introduced by General Kutu Achampong. It will not be in that fashion, but it needs to be the modified one, which takes account of global development and then our potentials today, and then technology and so on. So all these things put together, I believe that Ghana can reset itself to the path of producing to feed ourselves and then to feed our industry.
Meanwhile, on the reintroduction of Operation Feed Yourself policy proposal by John Dramani Mahama, Edward Kariwe expressed the need for stakeholders to tailor the proposed reintroduction of Operation Feed Yourself policy to suit modern-day enablers. With
the Operation Feed Yourself policy that we want to introduce, it will not be exactly like the one that we knew in the 1970s, introduced by General Kutu Achampong. It will not be in that fashion, but it needs to be the modified one, which takes account of global development and then our potentials today and then technology and so on. So all these things put together, I believe that Ghana can reset itself to the path of producing to feed ourselves and then to feed our industry.
Let's now hear from Mr. Kariwe praising a proposal by the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama to establish agricultural service centers across the country.
We have tried a number of approaches that have not worked. We've had a plan for food and jobs. It has not worked. And also given the strategic nature of agriculture to the livelihoods of the people of this country, and then reducing poverty, and then as well as providing raw materials for industrialization. Certainly, we can never give up on agriculture. Individual farmers, looking at their capacity, cannot afford to finance their agricultural needs at the same time. So, services center where people know that in the communities is closer to them, they can go and then procure all the items that they need for their agricultural purpose would be a great thing.
Edward Kariwe is the General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, GAWU. Now, the businessman the state was prosecuting in the ambulance trial case, Richard Jakpa, has said the opposition National Democratic Congress will no longer go to court to challenge election results. Mr. Jakpa, who was recently acquitted and discharged by the Court of Appeal together with Minority Leader Dr. Kaysel Atoforsin, was spotted with the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama during his campaign tour of the Upper East region. Mr. Jakpa assured that the opposition party is leaving no stone unturned security-wise as far as the December 2024 polls are concerned. Mr. Jakpa indicated that he is supporting his party to ensure they do not resort to the courts after declaration of the election results. He was speaking at one of the NDC's community engagement events in the Talensi constituency.
I have been acquitted and discharged, so it's dead. Now I'm doing what is required of me. My party security needs to be beefed up. JDM needs to have his security beefed up. We are winning this election. So anything that we need to do, we need to sacrifice to make sure that Ghanaians' votes are protected. JDM is alive to rule this country. I'm just here doing what is required of me. That's what I'm doing. I'm not from this constituency, but I'm a northerner. I'm from the north. So I understand my people very well. And we are just here. We are all sacrificing. It's not a one-man's job. He alone as JDM cannot do it all. Even those around him alone cannot do it. So we need different expertise to come and help him. We are leaving no stone unturned. We are doing everything. Ghanaians should be assured that NDC, in terms of security, is going to be top-notch. We are going to the police stations down there, and we are taking the battle to them down there. This time around, we have no business in the court. It's going to be at the police station, and we are going to battle it out over there.
Richard Jakpa was one of the accused persons in the ambulance trial case. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. My name is Zoe Abubedu Ado. Still ahead in the bulletin, NPP parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North petitions President Akufo-Addo to remove chairman of the University of Cape Coast Governing Council. Please stay with us. We'll bring you the details shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Imagine a one-stop shopping experience for all things made in Ghana at the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2024. Get ready to explore the remarkable fair to showcase the rich diversity, talent, innovation, and mastery of made in Ghana products and services with the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2024. Now Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM invites you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services in the biggest trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies that Ghana has ever seen. We shall promote, we shall support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services that are redefining the views on indigenous products and their packaging across all sectors. The date, 31st of August and the 1st of September 2024. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. And the venue is the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Call us now on 0205-973-973 for inquiries on how to participate. The This Is Ghana Exhibition 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Koa Natural, Ghana National Gas Company, Ghana Pay Mobile Money, People Beverages, Exim Bank, and Petroleum Commission Ghana.
The grand finale of the Literacy Challenge 2024 is here. Congratulations to our top 10 finalists. But the big question is, who out of our top 10 wins the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis, the Glitzy Trophy, and the bragging rights as the Literacy Challenge winner for 2024? Support your favorite student, support your school, and let's promote literacy in Ghana. Tune in live to Channel 1 TV for the grand finale on Saturday, 17th August 2024 at 12 noon. Call 0205-973-973 for more details. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap. Feel fresh, feel alive. From the House of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread. Yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ribby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited. Your one-stop shop for all school items.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV. Telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us on the Citi Prime News. Now, the New Patriotic Party's parliamentary candidate for Cape Coast North, Horace Eko Ewusi, has petitioned President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, urging him to remove Professor Harold Amonu Kofi as the chairman of the University of Cape Coast Governing Council. Horace Eko Ewusi, in his petition, stated that Professor Amonu Kofi's conduct is affecting the smooth running of the university and must therefore be shown the exit for the collective interest of the school. He says the chairman's behavior shows that he is prosecuting a personal agenda which is not good for the running of the university. The NPP parliamentary candidate accused the governing council chairman of exhibiting autocratic tendencies in decisions about the university. From the University of Cape Coast, we move to the University of Ghana, where the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Gordon Awandare, has declared the vetting conducted by the Office of the Dean of Student Affairs for the 2024 University of Ghana Students Representative Council elections as invalid. This directive follows an accusation by the UGSRC Electoral Commission in a letter dated August 2, 2024, against the Office of the Dean of Student Affairs of interfering in the electoral process due to personal political interests. According to the SRC's EC, while arrangements were made in accordance with the Constitution to organize the election on August 11, the Dean prompted the Commission to conduct vetting on August 2. This move disregarded the Commission's views on the vetting process and dismissed constitutional requirements in the electoral procedure. Speaking to Citi News, Professor Awandare indicated that after a meeting with all stakeholders on August 5, management annulled the earlier vetting and set August 11, 2024 as the new date for the vetting. He is hopeful that this decision will restore confidence in the SRC electoral process and ensure a fair and transparent election for all candidates.
I received some reports about the ongoing process for vetting the aspirants for the SRC election. And I also heard from the Dean about the challenges that she faced in trying to sort of supervise the election. And so I felt that there was a need to have a meeting of all stakeholders to really understand the challenges that were going on and try to find a solution that is acceptable to all parties. We had a good conversation. We reviewed what had happened, and we basically agreed to do it again and do it well. So we all resolved that we would schedule the vetting for the 11th of August at 6 p.m. It will be done at UGCS. I made it clear to the students that the university would not tolerate any sort of misconduct from any student, as a result of these electoral processes.
Professor Gordon Awandare is the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. The ferry moving passengers and goods across the Oti River in Dambai has resumed operations days after its services were halted due to a fault. A staff working to fix the fault under the ferry died on Friday after being trapped by the propeller. Although the ferry has resumed transporting passengers and goods, residents are calling on authorities to implement stringent measures to prevent future issues that could lead to delays in crossing. Assembly member for the Dambai Central Electoral Area, Charles Awuranyi, raised these concerns in an interview with Citi News.
Incident na ACN,
The workers were able to repair the ferry. However, it's only temporary. We need a more permanent solution from the authorities.
You heard the Assembly member for the Dambai Central Electoral Area, Charles Awuranyi. Investigations have commenced into the beating to death of a man accused of stealing money in Sabon Zongo in Ho. The deceased, believed to be in his early 20s and identified only as Maroon, was accused by his neighbors of stealing an undisclosed amount of money. The incident reportedly occurred around 11 p.m. on Sunday. The deceased was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. His body has been deposited at the Ho Teaching Hospital's morgue awaiting autopsy. 2 men from the same household have been arrested in connection with the death and are currently assisting the police with investigations. Now, a health analyst, Anita Samoa, is blaming the decline in exclusive breastfeeding on the 3-month maternity leave, which he says presents difficulties to newborn mothers in adhering to the 6 months advised duration for breastfeeding. Data from the 2022 Ghana Demographic and Health Survey suggests that 47% of newborn babies, representing almost half of children aged between 0 to 5 months in Ghana, were not exclusively breastfed. Speaking to City News on the worrying trend, Anita Asamoah cautioned that the absence of exclusive breastfeeding among babies could lead to development of non-communicable diseases, including hypertension, in future.
Times have changed. It's unlike before when mothers are at home, mothers are not working. The economy situation is changing. Mothers are working, and the maternity leave is 3 months. So that also affects some of the mothers. They are not able to breastfeed well. They are not able to manage it. Let me put it that way. Why? Because when they go to work after the maternity leave, when they come back in the evening, maybe they are tired. They are not able to feed them well. And they are not also able to feed the baby well in the morning before leaving home, or express the milk to be well kept so that the baby can feed while they are away. So I think that is one of the major problems we have. The impact will be that there will be increase in certain diseases. Why? Because it protects from some certain diseases. That's the breast milk itself. So like the likes of hypertension and NCDs, you see that some would develop them. It's not in the infancy they develop that. When they grow, the likelihood that they would have these issues will be much or will be higher.
Anita Asamoah is a public health analyst. A political science lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. Jonathan Asante, has called on the New Patriotic Party and the Dr. Bawumia campaign team to heed calls made by Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Kennedy Ejapong, on the current hardship in the country. While speaking at the launch of the NPP Ablikoma South constituency election campaign, Kennedy Ejapong urged the party to acknowledge the current economic woes during its campaign as a means to regain the trust of Ghanaians ahead of the 2024 general elections. Speaking to City News, Dr. Jonathan Asante said the Asin Central MP's comments reflect the position of the grassroots and must not be taken lightly.
This is the second call on Dr. Bawumia, for example, to admit to this. The first advice was given to Dr. Bawumia, but Otum for himself have said on air to Otum for the Venerable King that Dr. Bawumia will not hearken to this. He will not. Because if you remember, I think late 2022, when the dollar, was eating up the cedi in a merciless manner, many were those who called on Dr. Bawumia to come and speak. When he was in a position, he was solving the problem using speeches. Now, when he got the opportunity to meet the youth of MPP at Kaswa, Dr. Bawumia outlined 4 reasons why the economy was in that doldrum. 1 was the COVID. 2 was Russian invasion of Ukraine. The other 2 was excess energy, and then the banking sector, which they attributed that to be something coming from the NDC. So his style has not been to admit. And for me, it's a mark of arrogance. For Dr. Bawumia's style to admit will mean that it is a total humiliation of his ego. And that is the more reason why he will not.
Dr. Jonathan Asante is a political science lecturer at the University of Cape Coast. Now, the Assembly member for the Senya electoral area in the Ayawaso North Municipality in the Greater Accra region, Wisdom Boateng, is urging the Greater Accra Regional Minister to reactivate the Operation Clean Your Frontage Task Force to enforce sanitation bylaws within the area. The Assembly member has expressed concerns that residents in Mamobi, Nima, and neighboring communities are accumulating waste in their homes, worsening the area's sanitary conditions. In an interaction with journalists following a cleanup exercise for the Homo Festival, he emphasized the importance of legally addressing individuals who maintain unclean surroundings.
At first, when we are young, we call something that Saman people are coming. You see that people are rushing to take all their refuse into dustbin. Now we don't have it. We don't have that task force. So everybody is doing whatever he likes. But if there's a task force to summon you to a court, you make sure that you not put Bola in your houses. So
that was Wisdom Boateng, who is the Assembly member for the Senya electoral area in the Ayawaso North Municipality. In a continued effort to recognize outstanding performers in the Literacy Challenge 2024, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV will today be honoring Felicia Adei-Sedinam Nikwe, a student of Christ the King International School in Cantonment, with a prestigious Excellence Medal. Citi FM and Channel 1 TV's team has been going around the various schools to present medals to the top 10 contestants of the Literacy Challenge. Amabuatema Asamoah and Oliver Kwachi Amoah, students from Jaira International School in Ashaiman, received their medal on Friday, August 2. At the grand finale on Saturday, August 17, 2024, These top 10 contestants will compete in a quiz competition, with the winner walking away with 10,000 cedis, bragging rights, and a trophy. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company. A-Life Soap, Fortune Spread for Bread from Wilma Africa Limited, Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods, and Prospectus Ghana Limited. That'll be all for this edition of Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. You can log on to our website, citynewsroom.com, for more news. My name is Zoe Abube Eduardo. Have a good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.